and welcome to my channel. My name is Anne-Britt, and if you've never been here before, welcome. If you have, welcome again. So I'm an esthetician, beauty therapist, holistic therapist, however you want to describe me, and I've been in the beauty business for 30 years. Shock horror, right? And decided to start a YouTube channel just under 6 months ago, but better late than never. So today's subject is about over-exfoliation. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so we all love that glow from a good exfoliation, but how much is too much? So we all have skin issues that we want to address, be it congested skin, acne, fine lines, wrinkles, too much sebum production, fine lines and wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, the list goes on. However, are you overdoing it? First of all, let's talk about exfoliants in general. So we have a chemical exfoliant and we have a mechanical exfoliant. Now, back in the day when I was a youngster, the rage was all a pre-facial scrub. Now, mechanical exfoliants generally come like in a cream, and they have like particles in them, which is like walnut, that was their pre-scrub one, or they have sugar particles where you rub on the skin. Now, they're not so popular these days. Sugar scrubs, salt scrubs, great for the body, but the facial skin is much more delicate, right? So anyway, they're not so popular these days, and it's more so chemical exfoliants. Now, chemical exfoliants are alpha hydroxys, beta hydroxys. Alpha hydroxys, the most popular one is glycolic acid, which comes from sugar cane. Okay, so how many times should you exfoliate per week? Well, that's another video in itself, because it all depends on your age, your skin condition, but a ballpark figure that most estheticians or dermatologists will tell you is a maximum of twice a week. So now I'm going to address these chemical exfoliants here. I do have detailed tutorials about how to use this one, the Ordinary 7% toning solution, and the Ordinary chemical peel in this playlist. So I'm not going heavy into ingredients here. It's more about over-exfoliation. Let's move along to the chemical exfoliants. So we have alpha hydroxys and we have beta hydroxys. Now, an example of the BHA is the Salicylic acid 2% mask from the Ordinary. Now, this mask is excellent for very congested skin, oiliness, acne prone skin types. This gets really deep down into the pores and cleanses deep down in the skin. However, this, although it's going to mop up that excess sebum, because it has kaolin and clay, you would be best to use this once a week, because twice a week is going to dry your skin out. Okay, so the Ordinary chemical peel. Now, this is fantastic. It gives you a really nice deep exfoliation because it's a chemical peel. Now, this is a mixture of, this is 30% AHA and 2% BHA. However, same again, because this is actually very potent, I would only use this once a week. And then we have, which is most popular out of the AHAs, is glycolic acid. Now, glycolic acid is extremely beneficial. However, this is where we move along to this here. This I was very hesitant about in my tutorial, with good reason, because it's recommended you use this nightly. Now, 7% is quite strong, and to be honest with you, to be using this every night is way too extreme. That's going to really over dry your skin. Now, these three are all forms of exfoliants. So the maximum you should exfoliate every week is 2 times per week. So the problem with the glycolic acid is it can cause extreme sensitivity, irritation, and a lot of dryness, and the problems that you're trying to fix, be it the hyperpigmentation, be it the excess sebum, etc., you can actually exacerbate them issues and they can become much worse. Each of these three products can make your skin very photosensitive, so it's very important to wear sunscreen, as we know. However, this is the one that I'm really most hesitant about. What I prefer to do, if you do enjoy like a glycolic acid, you want the benefits, is I prefer to use, and it doesn't have to be in this brand, but I use the RoC Revive and Glow Gel Vitamin C Cleanser in the morning, and this has a tiny amount of glycolic acid in it, mixed with other ingredients. Of course, this is mixed with other ingredients too, but this is a direct application. I prefer this because it's put on and wash off, and the glycolic acid is nowhere near the percentage of this. So that is my whole issue to do with the glycolic acid toning solution, and as you can see, I've not used it. I'm very hesitant about it. So how do you know if you've over-exfoliated? Well, your skin is going to feel really dry, really sensitized, extremely irritated. It could be red, patchy, flaky. It just loses its overall glow, and even when you put on the most basic skincare ingredients, your skin could be really stinging and just feel extremely uncomfortable and really tight. Now, how does that happen? It happens because of over drying with the too much use of acids, over exfoliation, and what happens is you've broke down, the skin barrier has been compromised. So what is the skin barrier? Well, that's the outermost protective layer of your skin. So what happens is when you've over exfoliated and overuse of acids, right, what happens is you've compromised the skin barrier. Now, what is the skin barrier? In simplest terms, it's the outermost protective layer of your skin. And what it does is it protects your skin from any external environmental stressors, inflammation, irritation. And then what it does is it holds in the goodies, which is the moisture and the water in your skin. Keeps them external aggressors out, and what it does is it keeps the good things in your skin, which is moisture. So what happens is when you've over exfoliated, you have impaired the skin barrier. So what happens is you get extreme transepthermal water loss. So that's why your skin becomes extremely dry and extremely dehydrated, very irritated, very uncomfortable, and all the things I already mentioned. You'll be getting extreme redness, irritation, your skin will be stinging and just so very, very tight and uncomfortable. On to how we fix this problem. Do not despair. If you have impaired your skin barrier, we can fix it. So here's what you're going to have to do. To get your skin back to the way it used to be and glowing and not dull dehydrated because you've over exfoliated, first thing you're going to do is stop exfoliating. What you're going to do is go back to a very basic skincare routine. Yes, I'm afraid so, plain Jane, but don't worry, you can introduce again later when your skin has repaired and healed itself. So what you're going to look for is you're going to use a very basic skincare regimen. What I do suggest definitely is the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid and B5 serum. That's going to, as we know, hyaluronic acid is good for plumping the skin. It's all about holding that water 1,000 times its weight. So you definitely want to introduce hyaluronic acid. It's going to get that moisture back in because we've lost it all, and that's what all we're bothered about, is trying to get that moisture back into the skin. So the hyaluronic acid, definitely, as long as you are applying it properly and always putting a good occlusive layer onto your skin. So basically you've got to sandwich this. So when you put it on, make sure you have a good moisturizer on top. Second thing I would recommend is stop using a foaming cleansing wash. It would be best if you went on to a very gentle one. The Squalane cleanser from the Ordinary is excellent cleansing balm. The Squalane cleanser is good for all skin types. I would definitely suggest this. Leave off the foaming wash because it's all about getting moisture back into the skin. So the Squalane cleanser is very good. What you're going to look for is ceramides, glycerin, which I've hyped about in my skincare videos before. Glycerin is very important, excellent for moisturising and a humectant. Another skincare ingredient that you want to be looking for is Cica. I'm going to put his biological name up in the corner here. I don't want to try and say it. But it's also commonly known as tiger grass. It's actually used a lot in Korean skincare, and it's excellent ingredient. It's a herb and it actually repairs the skin barrier. I actually have a product here called from Laneige, and this is the Cica Overnight Sleeping Mask. Oh my god, this stuff is amazing. I used this last weekend because I just felt burned out. I just felt like my skin just really needed something nice overnight, and I was really impressed. I got this as a sample from Sephora, and I will actually be purchasing the large size. But what Cica does is it actually heals the skin barrier, and it's also good for eczema, it's good for psoriasis, it's good for any inflammation, it's very healing, it's very soothing on the skin, it's hypoallergenic, it's absolutely amazing. So once again, let me recap. A very basic skincare routine. You're going to look for the ingredients of Cica, glycerin, ceramides, hyaluronic acid, and you'll be on your way to repairing the skin back to its original form. So how long is this going to take? Well, it depends on your skin condition and depends on the age, because the cycle of the cell turnover. So how long do you have to keep up this plain Jane boring skincare routine? Well, you're going to have to keep it up until the next skincare cycle. So it could take anything from a month to 6 weeks. So you can slowly introduce, once your skin has healed, exfoliants and actives. Again, slowly introduce them one by one, because you really just want to get that moisture back into the skin and get the skin back to where it used to be before you over-exfoliated. And remember, when you are healing the skin, you can use absolutely no actives at all. So remember, less is more. So I hope you found this video informative, and please give us some love and support and like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next skincare video. Thank you for watching.